In this video, I'm combining 4 copies of a LEGO Ninjago set to make a giant villain base. Also stay tuned to the end of the video for information about a LEGO Ninjago set giveaway. This is Lord Ras, enemy of the ninja and leader of the Wolf Clan. And this is his base, the Wolf Mask Shadow Dojo. It's got a ton of cool features: a battle arena for his army to train or fight the ninja, a weapon rack where he can change things up, a balcony where Ras and his generals can watch the fight, a tree to tie up a captured ninja, and even this giant wolf head at the front that holds the Gong of Shattering. The Gong of Shattering is a powerful artifact, which when struck by the Mallet of Shattering charges up Ras's army, making them more powerful and even more dangerous. Above the dojo too, we can see the Blood Moon, which is a really cool printed LEGO piece, but it can also make Ras and his army extra strong. Now, if somebody wanted to actually get into the Wolf Mask Shadow Dojo, there's this rock on the side that you can climb. Once you get to the top, you can walk through the main entrance, but be careful. There's a trap door that can slide out, and if someone unlucky falls for it, well, you fall into the pits below, where you can see there's spikes as well as the remains of someone who was a lot less fortunate. But if you do manage to get inside, well, the dojo might not be as big as you'd expect. There are some neat things in here: a weapon that's being protected, paintings showing the Wolf Clan's powers, a little table with a sword, and even a spot for Lord Ras to drink some tea. I think this is a great LEGO set. You get some amazing minifigures, and this build gives you a ton to play with. But for Lord Ras, he might be wanting a little bit more room to fit his giant army. So I decided to challenge myself to expand the Wolf Mask Shadow Dojo and make it even bigger, using only the parts from 3 more copies of this set. The sets used in this video were provided to me by LEGO through the LEGO Ambassador Network, but the idea, the custom build, and any opinions expressed are entirely my own. So to start things off, I wanted to expand the back of the build out further. I wanted to give the dojo a full inside and make it look complete from the outside from every single angle. I started this by building the main build again from one of the extra sets, but with a few changes. I didn't include the giant wolf head at the front of the dojo. Instead I had the railing go all the way around, and put together this little build to cover up the front. I also left off the sign from this build and the blood moon that typically rises above. All of this is because this is meant to be the back of the dojo, so I wanted it to look similar, but still distinct from the front. The railing at the back provides a nice place for Ras and his friends to get some fresh air and discuss their next plans, or if they're busy training inside, perhaps a ninja could sneak in from behind. Above the archway, I added Lord Ras's hammer. While at the front the Mallet of Shattering is kept, I thought Lord Ras would want a place to keep his personal weapon too. Finally, I took the spear from the original build that was kept inside, and I built a second one, then I placed them both at the entrance in case a weapon needed to be grabbed in a hurry. Now, I could take both of these sections and just put them back to back and call it a day, but then the dojo would still be very small inside, which is the entire thing we've been trying to avoid. So instead, I built a third section, a platform to go in between everything with a battle arena in the middle. I thought it only made sense to have a training area actually inside of a dojo, so the one outside could be used for tournaments and the one inside could be used for training. It's got tons of jumper pieces on it to make it very easy to pose minifigures. I connected this to the other 2 sections using some Technic parts, and now the dojo is finally coming together. Lord Ras seems pretty happy with the progress so far, but the build's still missing one big thing. And that's, of course, the subscribe button. If you're enjoying this video and you want to see more, make sure to leave a like and also subscribe to the channel, because that's honestly all the build needs now. Liking and subscribing also does a ton to help support me and the channel and enables me to make more videos just like this one. So thank you all very much for your support, and now... I guess that's not actually all this build needs. Let's get some walls on the sides here too. We have a front wall and we have a back wall, but our dojo is completely open from the sides. Luckily, I had a plan for this too. I constructed 2 identical walls, one for each side of the build. I made sure they looked similar to the front and the back, with the magenta arches on top and the candles and lamps to keep things lit, but I also left out the doorways this time around. I included some lanterns on the inside too, as well as these teeth coming out of the walls and these little spiked builds to make everything seem more evil and sinister. I attached these to the main dojo and added a few extra pieces to lock everything in place. Ras and his gang are now protected from the sides. If the ninja want to get in, they're going to have to come through the front door or the back door. So, next up was the roof. This was definitely the hardest part for me, the builder, because the front and back end in these really cool spikes. However, I simply didn't have the parts available to extend that shape all the way back. Instead, I came up with this design, with next to night shields for tiling and a few different points as you move up. I tried to include some magenta here as well, and obviously it's not as prevalent as the magenta on the front and the back, but I thought it did a good job to help break up the dark colors of this section. Attaching it to the build, it does a good job to enclose everything from the sides. The build is still open from the top, but that allows us to get in and actually move the minifigures around in there, so I think that's a fair trade-off. Now, that's most of what there is to the exterior of the actual dojo, but we're not done just yet. You see, Ras has all this space in the dojo, but there's nothing to do except stand in the arena. So let's fix that and fill it up a little bit. I don't want to fill it with too much because I still want there to be lots of room to fit Ras's army, but I first created these little stands with Wolf Mask masks on them. They have a weapon on each side. On one there's the standard sword of the Wolf Mask warrior, and on the other there's the powerful Rage Blade. The mask in the middle gives a cool look to the dojo and is also available for Ras's team to grab if they need the extra power. We also see the Wolf Masks in the Shadow Dojo in the show, and while my build is not really based on the show at all, it's more just expanding the set, I like to bring things from the show over whenever I can, so even though it's only 2, I was glad to include these in the build. Then I built some more weapon racks to use when fighting in the arena. 2 hold a spear and a scythe, some interesting alternate options for the minifigures, and the others hold a ninja's katana and a climbing hook. Perhaps they could have been taken from ninja who were defeated or captured. Speaking of captured ninja, what should Lord Ras do if he finds one? Well, it seems like we're about to find out, because Ras is spotting Kai, and Kai's no match for this entire army. I kept the trapdoor from the original build so he could be tossed down there, but I expanded the whole underneath area. Now, instead of just landing on the spikes in the bone, there's a whole path you can follow that leads to a tree. The tree's got a chain on it too, very similar to the one that was on the outside of the original set. That one was very easy to access though to free a minifigure. If someone wants to come save Kai, they're gonna have to navigate through this dark, scary area with all these spikes to come to this tree directly below the center of the dojo. Finally, I thought the base of the dojo looked a little awkward with all the technicals, so I built various sizes of trees as well as stone to add to the sides of the build. Each branch had a different number of leaves as well as a different shape, different colors used, a different bend. There's a lot of similarities in these, but I tried to make each one slightly different. This made it feel a lot more complete and also really solidified the idea that this is a dojo in the middle of a forest. I decided to remove the parts that originally came out the front of the dojo to put more focus on the building itself, but I left room for those to be easily reattached if I wanted to. And now, Lord Ras's base is complete. He can train his army, capture ninja, and even just has room to relax now. I'm pretty happy with how this turned out. I feel like Ras and the Wolf Clan now properly have a place they can call home. So, it's up to you guys now. Let me know in the comments, what do you think of this build? What do you want to see me build next? Let me know in the comments, I'm very curious to hear your thoughts and ideas. And then, to end things off, let me tell you about the LEGO Ninjago set giveaway that I'm doing. I will be giving away 4 copies of the Wolf Mask Shadow Dojo set, provided by LEGO through the LEGO Ambassador Network, just like the 4 I used in this video. The first place winner will get 2 copies of this set, so they can try to make their own combo build if they want, and then the second and third place winners will both get 1. What's the contest, you may ask? I want you to come up with your own original Spinjitzu technique. Throughout Ninjago's 13 years, we've seen numerous different variants on Spinjitzu. There was Air Jitsu, Forbidden Spinjitzu, Spinjitzu Burst, and then most recently in Ninjago Dragon's Rising Season 2, we've seen Shatter Spin and Rising Dragon technique. So now it's up to you to make up your own idea for another. Post your idea to Instagram with the hashtag BricksByMind contest and make sure to tag me in the post too. You can present your entry however you want. It could be a text post, cool photography with like a LEGO minifigure, a short video, or any other idea that you have. It's entirely up to you. To enter, you must be following me on Instagram and subscribe to me on YouTube, and you must be 13 or older to enter. If you're younger than 13 but you still want to enter, you can have a parent or guardian enter on your behalf, and everyone has up until July 19th to enter. The winners will be selected by myself and a trusted group of friends and posted to my Instagram shortly after. This is an international contest, most parts of the world should be able to enter. There are a few minor restrictions which I'll have in the description below. I do recommend checking the description because I'll have all the details of the contest laid out there. But for now, good luck to everyone, I'm excited to see your creativity and what you come up with. And as for this video, I think that's about all I have to say. So thanks for watching everybody, I hope you all enjoyed. If you did, make sure to leave a like on the video and subscribe to the channel if you're new, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye!